exercise. Come save your child. Come save your child. I say come sisters. Come and take back your child. With grace.
Hello.
Hello.
Everybody. Hello. It's Thursday. Hello, Agatha.
What's up, Auntie? Love the hair tie.
I know. A hair tie queen. What you expect?
Oh, nothing less. Nothing less. Love it. Wear your crown.
Everybody. Welcome to GBC Women with Words. We hope you've had a good week so far. This is Friday Eve.
Yes, it is.
She loves the Friday Eve.
My favorite day.
Welcome, everybody. Of course, we're here today. We have a very important guest.
Every guest is very important.
Every guest is very, very, very important. And yes, she can no other word to say but important, but everybody important on the place.
Of course.
We are important. Akata important. Our guests, they're important.
Exactly.
This is the important platform. Important people platform. But welcome, of course, to this Thursday. We're still celebrating Breast Cancer Month, Awareness Month. And I am Glendy Jane Juniors. I'm here with my co-host today.
I'm Agatha Joseph.
Agatha
Joseph.
Agatha Joseph here. Okay. So
we're doing simple English today.
We'll try.
Okay.
No, we'll see. It will come up later. We missed it for a long time. We'll try it there. You never know. You never know where it come. Where it come. I got to be serious English. I can bring my own colloquy inside. Nobody's stupid, yo.
Funny.
Everybody, welcome. Please share the podcast today. Our guest is actually all the way from the beautiful coast of West Africa, Liberia.
In my own words, she is in Miami.
Yeah, she's in easy where she going with that story. And you see that woman how she got spotted. She in Miami.
She in Miami. I'm just saying what our president said. She in Miami.
Miami, but we're excited. Of course, you know the time difference, so we're not going to keep her too long. But we also want to continue to recognize MECO. 1 year, October Awareness. Last year, we celebrated with MECO in a way where she was battling and she knew she was going to beat breast cancer. She did. She did. We're planning a special show. She's going to come on sometime soon. I want you all to continue to watch this space because she's going to be coming, of course. And if you haven't done your mammograms, we want to encourage you to go and get it done. Please don't forget to do your self-breast exams. And that is it. We also want to greet our people on the page. This week has been off the chain. Your hello. When I speak, you need to come speak.
I know that's right.
Somebody said today, on the post, I said, when God say your hello, you can say hello. She said, the other hello, you will ref what I said. I said, pata pata.
I saw it.
Yeah,
I just there for the comments. I'm just there for the comments.
I know, right? She can just be on the comments and get beats. But you know what? That page keeps us going. We wake up in the morning. I hope to some degree we've been able to relieve a lot of stresses. I hope
a lot of what?
Stress or stressors or stresses or whatever. We'll be able to relieve some because we come there, we laugh, we play. But also, I think we do learn because sometimes you'll share some crazy posts and you hear what people have to say about it. It's like today I was watching Akata and Omar. They were talking about Sunday. I said the woman talking about experience. You here talking about how men can be. How you get?
Exactly. We can't speak for all men and we can't speak for all women, right?
Yes.
So everybody brings something to the table.
Yes. But it's I think it's been good. Because even us, we benefit from the things people share the conversations, the lessons for single people, married people, divorced people, everybody in one part. But
All the
I want
virgins.
don't forget, I am the virgin, the one and only.
With
But I
25
wanted to,
children.
yes. But I wanted to share this spot just to tell you our guest, like we said, is from the beautiful coast, and she is a beautiful woman. See her? See that fine girl in that corner there? A fine girl there. But she is very happily and fully married.
Legally and happily married.
Legally, happily, and fully married. Nobody should even go try her. Her husband, little bit here, you watch. Hello, husband. Hello.
This is the other show. The
Yes.
other show, not this show.
We're gonna welcome our guest to this to this podcast. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Sandra.
Hello.
How you
Welcome,
doing?
welcome.
Thank you.
We know that we're crossing our fingers. Sandra is in Liberia. She's in Miami. So sometimes people go jogging and they like to jog in the dark. So things
Stop.
So we're keeping our fingers crossed. We're starting good. Everything is perfect. So we're hoping that everything just goes smoothly. So welcome to GBC Women with Words. We're excited to have you. We know of the time difference, and so it's a huge sacrifice for you to be on today. So we want you to tell us a little bit about who you are. This beautiful, bright chamo.
Thank you so much, Glennie, and thanks to both of you in studio for having me here. I would like to say good evening to family and friends and incoming Sandy Cake City clients. Would like to say good evening to everybody. And before we start with anything, we also like to say thank you so much for always, all the time promoting Liberians and Liberian businesses. I think it's actually a huge promotion to find a Liberian in a different part of the world and still trying to promote Liberia and Liberian businesses. I think we see that as it's a huge one for us. I'm Michigan Sandra Perkins Lighe, the CEO of Sandy Group of Companies.
Sandra, don't rush on. I wanted to hear your nigga. You are what? Mistress.
Michigan Sandra Perkins Lighe, the CEO of Sandy Cake City. And so it's Sandy Group of Companies actually, and we have Sandy Cake City registered under that, and we also have Zach Natural. Sorry, Zach Natural actually birthed Sandy Cake City, so I cannot talk about Sandy Cake City without talking about Zach Natural. So at Zach Natural, we produce 100% raw organic moringa leaf powder, and we also produce ginger powder. And then, so on a Sandy Group of Companies, we also have Sandy Cake City, for which we are here tonight, where we produce delicious and artistically well-crafted cakes for any occasion, just any occasion you can think about.
Very nice.
Yes. I don't want you to jump over. I'm going to share this, the moringa too, because I think there are a lot of people who's interested in healthy living, healthy eating, healthy life. So I want you to talk a little bit about, I think this flyer kind of covers what you do, the cake and the moringa. I think I want you to talk to us a little bit about that. Hello?
Okay, so with the moringa is more like superfood. Because if you research on moringa, you get to find out that moringa has more than 92 vitamins, minerals, and fibers in it, and it can be used for multiple different things. So, for example, somebody who wants to have a smooth face can use the moringa with honey. There is a recipe for it, and that can be done. Moringa, you can also use it in a tea for people who have pressure, hypertension, can also use it. So there are multiple things we can do that for. But maybe it's something that I know you will buy into for us to have a separate show all for the moringa, since we have this for the cake tonight, because a lot more we can talk about the moringa and the ginger that we might not be able to cover all of that tonight, since we're here purposely for the cakes.
Yes. So like she said, we're talking to Sandra Perkins Lighe, mistress. She not correct me in the time. Say my Nina Sandy, my name Sandra. So Mrs. Lighe, and we're talking to her. She is the CEO of Sandy Cake City. So I first want to say, let me just also give us how we stumbled upon you was I kept seeing these beautiful cakes being shared in Liberia. Now I'll tell you a little. During the war, nobody was working. I actually had a friend we used to make wedding cakes. I love, but I so lazy now. I don't cook. I don't do any of those things. I'm just not domesticated. I'm just sleep-cated, lay down and sleep. So I used to do those things. So when I see it, it's like it kept judging my attention. And kudos to Charles Collins. So I actually reached out to Charles Collins and said, for you to be in Liberia, you know the culture, you know the climate, the weather, the electricity, and it's like, how are they able to do these things and make such beautiful cakes? And nothing dripping, anything. I hope the person not contact you to make a birthday cake next year. Everything's set. The G's gotta be. This is GBC. You know that.
I know we hope. I mean, we hoping to do that, especially that we in Miami. I think that's something we can do.
There you go. There you go, Preso. That's a challenge next year. Sandy Cakes. That's it. So I just wanted to share this. This is the logo, and also if I can remove this, you can see the number where you can reach out to 0775 536434 0888 807070, and we're talking to Sandra of Sandy City Cakes. Hold on, let me move. Okay. So how you started this? How did you go to Liberia? I mean, you're in Liberia and this is what you want to do.
So the story is very, very interesting though. It started like last year, April, a week before my son's birthday, one of my sons, because I have a girl and 3 boys. So just before my son's birthday, he like, Mommy, can you do a cake for me? I'm like, okay, it's not a problem. I can get somebody to do it. Then he said, no, Mommy, I want you to do it. I said, but I mean, you know that I don't bake, right? You know, I have no idea in baking or icing or whatever it is. Can I get somebody to do your cake? He like, no. The fact that you do delicious food, I believe that you can do the cake. So I'm like, can we just get somebody to do it? He's like, I want you to do it. So I'm like, okay, which color do you want? He's like, I want a brown and green. I'm like, brown and green? Are you serious? He said, yeah, I love chocolate and my favorite color is green. So I'm like, how am I going to get this thing done? And tell you the truth, like 2 years or 3 before that time, I decided to have a cake done. And then I got the cake mix in the supermarket. I carried home 1 cup of water. I just added my own cup of water, not even knowing that there is a measurement cup for baking. And I cake boiled like pepper soup for hours. And I'm wasting it, right? So when he said, I'm like, I mean, I don't bake at all. He said, Mommy, I believe you can do it. So I said, okay, I think there's a challenge to me, right? So I went on the internet, finding all the different recipes and all of that. Managed to put something together somewhere, somehow. And then got it. I need to share that picture with you. Got it icing somewhere, somehow. But a little.
Hey, Miami. We're talking to Sandra. She'll come back on shortly. Talking to Sandra. Go ahead.
That's funny that her son
yes.
insisted that she make the first cake. That's really funny. I can't wait for her to come back to hear the rest of the story.
Yeah.
So she's in Miami, y'all. There she is. She's back. All right.
So I'm trying to take a picture.
Okay.
So then I got myself enrolled in the Dye Professional Institute where they're teaching cake making. So when I started after the first couple of months and then saw myself started doing, so the teacher would give me something to do and I found out that I would do it. It would be like neatly done. So then I started doing for family and friends. But then all of a sudden, people I didn't even know tried reaching out to me. Oh, can you do this cake for me? So I'm like, okay, I think because when I started the Moringa business, like I said, it was kind of hard to source funding. So I'm like, okay, but then if I can do this and get resources from that, I think I can use it to be able to source, to be able to get funding to support this other business. That was how, it all started. So it was very interesting. That was last year, April. Very interesting.
So within 1 year, you decided to not feel bad that you started boiling cake.
Oh
Because
yeah.
and
And
boiling
it bought
ingredients to
it
make a
bought
cake.
for hours, and like nobody could get anything out of it. We had to basically we had it thrown away.
Wow.
And then you decide, well, listen, kudos to your son. I mean, that's a good thing that he saw what you didn't see in yourself.
Yeah,
And
Mhm.
then you decide to go to school, and 1 year later, look where you are. Look
yeah.
where you are, Agatha.
So tell us a little bit about the school. You mentioned it in passing, but where is this school located? How long are the courses? What types of things do you learn in the school? And after that, is there any what do they do after you graduate? Tell us a little bit about the school. First, what is the name of the school?
So the school is Lighe Professional Institute
Mhm.
that is located at Catholic Junction, owned by Justina Fofana.
Okay.
So they do a lot. They do pastry, they do cake decorating, they do, I think they added the sewing class, they do decorations as well. So it's just like the regular school in town where you go and then graduate, and after you decide, because they empower you and you decide whether you want to do that as a business or you want to do or whatever you want to do with that knowledge gained. But for me, being a person who has a business background. So I studied business in the University of Liberia where I got my BBA degree. And I'm back there studying, hoping to get my a candidate for master's degree, knowing that all along my life I have been like into business or wanting to always do business. So for me, I saw it as a different way to be able to do business, especially that when I look around in Liberia, there are a lot of people who do cakes and beautiful cakes too. But then we decided from our end to add something else to that. So if you go to a football game, you realize that football game nowadays is not just for mere entertainment, but it's used as a way or means to advertise other businesses. Because at that
Right.
moment, either whether you're on the football field or you're in front of your TV, they grab your attention to be able to showcase or to advertise other businesses. So I thought that okay, the fact that a lot of cakes are being done in Liberia, people know what is cake from the experience with the moringa, where you have to explain to the person what it means, what does it do, and all of that.
Right.
People already know about cake, so you got little or nothing to really talk about the cakes. But then the way in which you're designing the cakes will make it different or will grab people's attention. So
Mhm.
we thought that okay, I think at this point we can use the same kit, but then we can use it as a means to have something showcased, to have something advertised. So if you look at what we do, basically we have almost like of the cakes we've done so far in total, we have like at least around 85% that has been customized. That is, for example, if you came to us for a cake, we ask you, what do you do? What's your profession? What do you like? To be able
Mhm.
to showcase that thing instead of just a regular birthday cake. Or, for example, if you're into business, let's say, for example, we recently had a client that she has a salon. So she reached out to us for a cake for the salon's anniversary. So
Mhm.
we're like, okay, we can have it done in a way where once somebody sees that cake, they know definitely that it has to do with a salon. So definitely they
Right.
will have questions. Is this why do you have a comb on the cake? Why do you have a flat iron? Then you can explain, okay, this is for a salon. Okay, what kind of salon is a kid salon? So it's a means or way to advertise that person's business. So it's a cake, yeah, quote unquote a cake, but not necessarily just a cake, but people can see and get to know about that particular business or that particular person or that particular career or that particular profession.
Okay. Cool.
I think that's interesting. I mean, just adding a personal touch to that. So I'm gonna say also the fact that you've come on, please connect us to Miss Justina. We also want to promote her school. So
Absolutely.
we want just connect her to us, and then we'll certainly set up an interview because of course there are some Liberians who don't know what they want to do. They want to go
Right.
and say, let me go try, and then bam, they can do cakes really well. But we have a school that can also give people different and like Gata said this, I think a week or two ago, not everybody have to go to college and have a college degree.
Yeah,
People can do trades and be very successful. So
absolutely.
we would absolutely love in your honor to promote your school, to be able to advertise for them or also interview them and say what they could, what. So what was the so your son cake was the first cake that you
Yeah.
made? Okay. So I don't know if I got to have another question, but I have some cakes up here that I want us to go through. But I like that you talk about the personal touch. I got to any other question?
I really wanted to know how long was the school though? You we didn't get to that part. How long and what exactly? Is it cake making or cake decorating, or is it one course that does cake making and decorating? And how long is the course?
So they for the package I took, the entire duration was 5 months. So what they
Okay.
do is they have it broken down into levels. So for example, you do level one and then you do level two. So once you're done with level one, level two, and then you have level three. So it's up to you either what you have interest in or passion for or what you can afford, and then you can go ahead with those. So it's just so of all the other things that they do there, for example, the decoration, the tailoring, they have the
Mm,
cake, but then under the cake they have it into levels. So you have level one, level two, and level three, based on the
okay.
person's interest or based on what the persons can afford.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So for 5 months, you learn how to bake, decorate, and with your business background, you were able to turn this around into a what seems to be a successful business. So let's look at some of the cakes then and talk about them.
So
Sure,
I'm gonna,
sure.
I'm a Chanel number five person. I'll tell you since 1970. Ooh, my dad went to England and bought me a first perfume, and that's my favorite. To those of you out there who's trying to talk to this virgin, that's my
Oh
perfume.
gosh.
But that's the first cake that caught my attention. This one.
Oh, okay.
So tell us a little bit about this cake. What kind of cake it is? What did you use to decorate it?
So interestingly, that was one of our cakes that we had done in like the soonest possible time, where we had the client reaching out to us. The time was so short, and we're like, can we? What is it that you like? Can we find something that can we do something as simple as anything that you have interest in? But she I mean like she really couldn't say anything. So I'm like, okay, well, so are you in for a Chanel? Because the time is actually short, we can get that done. She's like, okay. So when I asked which color do you want, she like, I think I've been seeing your cakes and it's okay if you can just do the if you can just choose for us. So as usual, once we do a cake for somebody, we go making research surrounding that particular brand name or that particular item or whatever that is. So we're able to have that put together as like in the soonest possible time for her. So that is a vanilla cake. It's mixed actually. It's a two layers, vanilla under and a chocolate on top of it. With that is with the inside, and the outside is we use the buttercream initially, and then we have it covered with the fondant icing.
Whew.
So
So this is
everything
a
on that cake except for the board, everything on that cake is edible. And that's something else we try to bring into our cakes that we do. We try as much as we can to have everything edible because we think that's the whole fun or that's the whole idea of the cake. So we try as much as possible not to use non-edible materials on the cake, for which even sometimes when our client get to us and send us a picture and say we want this just as it is, we normally inform them if what is on the picture that is sent to us is not edible. We let them know that okay, this is not edible for us. We do edible. So there might be little slight differences. And if once they agree to it, we go ahead. But interestingly, when even after agreeing to slight changes, they'll be like, "But I even prefer yours compared to the picture I sent." So we're like, "Okay, that's okay. Thank you."
nice.
That's really good. Really, really good. This is
That's a
another
great
one.
thing you
Oh,
said
sorry.
though,
Go ahead.
because no, go ahead, put that up, Wendy. I was just going to comment on what she said. I am of the preference as well to not put things that are not edible on a cake. The last person I hired to do a cake for me, that was my first thing. Don't put anything on the cake I can't eat. So that's a really great concept to go by.
Yeah, and
And
to people who
especially for the kids that has to do with the kids, because you know
Hmm.
the kids can be so excited as soon as they get to
Right.
the cake, they're like jumping on it and getting stuff and putting straight in their mouth. So if
Yes.
you use things that are not edible, sometimes it might lead you into trouble. That's
Yes,
just the
correct.
honest truth. You might be led into trouble. And for me, I think the whole idea the about the because once everything on the cake is edible, then we get to see the innovations or the innovative side of it, or we get to see the creative side of it. Because if it is
Absolutely.
not edible for me, it's not creative. There is no innovations there. But the fact that it's edible, we think that it goes beyond that means that okay, yeah, that's edible. You know, you get. So there are two things you're achieving. You one is safety, especially for kids, even though for
Correct.
adults as well. Because once you see your cake, it's assumed that you should be eating everything on it. And
Yep.
unfortunately, if it is not the case, because not all the time the person who does the cake will be there to explain, okay, this is
Yep.
edible, this is not edible. Sometimes you don't even get to see the client. But once you
That's
have 100% edible materials, you know that, I mean, safety is okay, it's 100%. And the next thing is the creativity or the innovation surrounding that.
yep.
wow, that boiling cake there, man. You not promote yourself or you advance from boiling man to baking.
No
I had to
more
go there.
boring Miami.
No, no more boiling in Miami. That's also baking.
So you say you use fondant. My next question is, how do you manage with the inconsistency of electricity in Monrovia? How do you manage to keep things fresh, refrigerated, things that need to be cold? And how do you manage to do so?
So interestingly, I would say with that one, it's not on the business 100%. I would say it's like business inside with the family. Because what we currently have is a solar setup, thankfully. So
Oh,
the
cool.
family, thankfully to my husband as well, were able to have the solar panel set up with the batteries. So at least we're sure of having at least electricity, basically around 24 hours, even if there is a bad weather. So with
Beautiful.
that, I mean, it's I think it's an added advantage for us.
That's
Mr. La,
perfect.
hello, Papa. Thank you. Thank you so much. You see how the woman shining all the internet just working good? Solar is the way to go.
I'm
Okay.
Yeah,
telling you, we have so much sunshine
Yes.
in Liberia. There's
Yes.
absolutely no reason.
and you know the good thing about it, even regardless of how hot Miami gets, we the sun will still shine though.
That is correct.
There you go.
That
There you
is
go.
correct.
That's a sunshine city.
That's a brilliant business plan, honestly,
Yes,
especially
yes,
for the
yes,
business
yes.
you're in.
So if you're just joining us, of course, this is GBC Women with Words. We're here, Agatha and I. We're talking to Sandra of Sandy Cake City in Monrovia, Liberia / Miami. And this woman can bake cake. So this is another one I love.
The hawk.
Tell
So
us
tell us
about
about
it.
the hawk.
Yes.
So another sharp and interesting story about the hawk. So the client got to us. She wanted this cake for her son. She sent another picture, and the picture she sent actually had a robot on the top. That was non-edible. And then when she got to us, I'm like, okay, we can do this, but unfortunately, we won't be able to give you this particular robot. Two reasons why. One, because it's not even in country. We don't have a lot of stores to be able to have those special characters, especially if the time is short. And two, the fact that your son is a kid, and for us, we try to promote edible material. So they said, okay, if we don't give the exact robot, but we give that same robot in edible sheets. She's like,
Hmm.
Sandra, you did a cake for me before. I've been seeing your cake, so whatever you think is necessary, I go with it. And that's just a little secret from our end. So usually clients who just leave everything with us, trust me, they get to benefit like one of the best. Because if you give us a picture and you say you want exactly what you want, well, we will do exactly what you want if it is possible. But if you leave it up to us, we try as much as we can to make it in a way that you will love it. And that was exactly what we did. So we're able to give her the edible sheets. So everything you see on our cake, besides the cake board, that is the flat plate that the cake sits on, everything else there is edible as well.
Even the muscle man.
Even
Yes,
the hall.
You know,
Impressive.
yes, yes.
Very impressive.
beautiful, beautiful. I mean, the thing is so nicely decorated. Is that you can even see the imprints and in the English people call it indentations. Let me go to the next one. We're talking about baking cakes in
Oh
Liberia.
wow.
Look at this one here.
Ooh.
Woo!
So that was another one again that the client left with us and said, okay, they're like, we want to have a cake done for this person, and the person is a lover of sneakers, and the person is also a Chelsea fan. So can we do a cake? And then they sent us a picture that had a round cake. Some we like, okay, the round cake is just the regular cake. Is it okay if we go the extra mile and do something different? And she was is one of our clients. We've done like three or four cakes for her. So she's like, you know what? But you and myself with cakes, we're not going to have any long argument or any long back and forth. Do exactly what you think is necessary. So I'm like, okay, can we do a Nike box? And she's like, hey, can you do what you think is necessary? So I'm like, okay. You will see the sneakers on it. You will see the Nike box, and then you will see the Chelsea logo in the jersey as well. Just like, go ahead and do exactly
Wow.
what you can do. So we
How
went
did you
on doing
even?
the Nike box, and then we have the sneakers. The sneakers you see there on the top is edible, as the Nike
Wow.
box, as the jersey, as the logo. Everything there is edible.
Very nice.
Impressive.
Very, very impressive.
Everything here you can eat it, my people.
So,
All the nugget thing and eating thing here. Wow, this is amazing. Woo, next
Sandra,
one.
question for you before you get to describe the next one. Tell us about delivery. Say someone wants to purchase a cake from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cake is one of the most difficult thing to transport. Is it something that you offer as well in your pricing? And we'll come to that later. But tell us about delivery and how that might work.
Okay, so what we currently do, if you look on our flyers that we have there, I think you should have a copy. We have two pickup locations. That is either you pick it up from the highway, Migos Mart, Tingas Village, or you can have it picked up from Bella Casa Hotel. So what we have a delivery route. We do delivery, but sometimes based on location. So we have a delivery route currently that leads from as far as Bible Way Mission, that is VOA community, up to Broad Street. Once you're along the main road, and we stress along the main road because we know that we have a lot of bad roads, and we wouldn't want to go on. We wouldn't want to tell you 100% delivery, and if your road, for example, you're like 15 minutes away from the road, which is very bad, and all of that. But we try as much as possible to be able to reach out to our clients. So yes, most times so far, we do like I would say like 90% deliveries that is embedded within the cost, but it has to be at least along the Miro area. And for those who are across the bridge that is from Bourgeois Island or the Ghana's Belt, we normally try as much as possible to have it have your cake. You can have your cake picked up at the Bella Casa Hotel, which is 3rd Street in Sinker, except for other wedding cakes or for cakes that are more than 2 tiers. So for example, if we have a 3 tiers or 4 tiers, and even if it's a birthday cake, we normally try as much as possible to have to know the location first, fully understand the location, and then we have delivery embedded within the cost, because we don't want to have a 3 or 4 tiers cake set up for you and then drop it over at Bella Casa, and then you find your way to carry and then it gets spoiled on the road. That's not what we want, because we want your cake to reach at the intended location and looking just as it left us.
Okay.
So we
Amazing.
try as much as possible to have delivery covered.
Very nice. Very nice.
And usually our cakes, except is extremely huge, but for the regular size 8-inch, 8 by 5 inch birthday cakes, we have it placed in a box, and then we also give out 2 fire candles, because initially when we started, we got to realize that a lot of people don't even know. I mean, sorry to say, but a lot of people will go looking for the fire candles, and they don't even like. They be like, "Can I have that stuff that usually burn the fire on the top?" They don't even know. Sometimes they don't know where to find it from. So what we did was to be able to have at least 2 fire candles per cake embedded within the cost, where as soon as you take the cake from us, you can just go ahead and carry it to the solar brand, and then you have the fire candles already. You don't have to be looking around to see where you can get fire candles from to have it lighted over the cake.
So before I show the next picture, we're talking. I wanna hear a little bit about products. Where do you get your products from locally?
That's a very good and interesting question. So that's one of the things. Even though clients getting to us during the last minute, we try to tell you exactly what it is, whether it's possible, it's not possible. But what we are doing currently is we're getting materials from both Liberia and in the U.S. So what we normally do is those things that we can do. I would say pre-buying that you already know that you're going to use. We have those things purchased on Amazon, and thankful to one of the she calls herself investors, right? So my mom is in the US. So what I normally do is to buy stuff on Amazon and then send to her address, and then have it transported over to Liberia. And then very few materials we buy from here because the truth, especially when it comes to the coloring, you don't want to use, there are certain kind of colorings you don't want to use. So for us, we go for the 100% gel coloring, which is the best quality to be able to use for better results. So yeah, it's half and half, but I would say maybe 60% of our materials we get it from the US, and then the remaining 40%, which is like the sugar, the butter, we get it from here in Liberia.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one last question in reference to that. When you say butter, we're talking butter, right? Not margarine, not Blue Band, like real butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so if I'm here and I find I have a little I have somebody in Liberia that I want a cake made. I'm here. Tell us how that's gonna work.
So that's
here,
one
but we want to
of the
celebrate somebody in Liberia.
So that's one of the real, I would say, interesting and promotional question for us that we've been waiting for. So so far we've had up to maybe 12 to 15 clients that we've had in the US. Few that we knew and some that we don't know from, like we didn't know at all, that reached out to us for a cake. So what we normally do, we normally have the back and forth where we ask the different questions. What is it that you want for the person? Once we conclude on a particular cake, we give you the cost, and then you give us the full location, and we are able to deliver to the celebrant here. So what we do is we normally share the number where we can have the person doing send wave, and as soon as we receive the amount for clients in and out of Liberia, usually as soon as we receive whether the send wave or the mobile money, we initially do a screenshot, send it back to you, and then we do an official receipt and send to you and ask you for at least for those clients in the US and other part of the world, we normally ask for at least 2 persons' number that will be able to reach out to on that day of the delivery. That, for example, if you call the first number and you cannot get, at least you have a second number that you can be able to call and get. Or sometimes it depends on the occasion. If it is something like a surprise, normally I will call the person and let them know, okay, I have a package for you. There's a package sent from the US. So we find a story and give, and once we able to identify that particular location, yes, we have it delivered. So there's a cake that was recently done, I think a week ago. It was actually for a client in the US. We celebrating was here, and then she did it send wave. We sent her receipt. We did a screenshot. We sent to her. We do the pictures. We do the videos. So as soon as we do the delivery, we share all your pictures, your video, and everything with you. Especially, it's 2 ways. So it's either that we delivering the cake to somebody who's going to deliver to your seller brand, and we do a picture with that person and send to you, or if we delivering to your seller brand, we do a picture with the seller brand. That is, we obviously will ask, is it okay that we take a picture with you and send to the person? And then usually we've had nobody saying no to that. They usually agree, and then we do a picture and send it back to you. So you get a screenshot of the payment, you get a picture of the receipt. You also get a picture of the cake and a video of the cake. And then to crown it up, you get a picture with the person who receiving the cake, or you get the picture with the seller brand that is sent back to you, that you know that, okay, this was what you paid for and this was what you got.
Amazing. So, I mean, this is like a worldwide international business. So there is no reason why you will not be in Liberia and you have family members in Liberia who's celebrating their birthday, wedding anniversary, Father's Day, Mother's Day, graduation, that you cannot connect with Sandra here. This is what we want. We really want is to be everybody we've tried to bring on to expose them to the Liberian community or to other communities. We want us to be able to promote their business because it's not easy to be able to run a business right now in Liberia or anywhere else. So the fact that you're able to do that and connect with people overseas, when I do find my love in the African skies and find somebody in Liberia, make it for him. Let's talk about this cake. Beautiful cake. And I think there's somebody on here who is telling us that this cake was actually for him.
It's Mercy, the Lord Ambassador.
Tell us about this cake.
Okay, so that cake.
Wow.
So his wife reached out to us, and she's like, Sandra, I need a cake for my husband. So I'm like, do you have any idea what you're thinking about right now? She said, well, I just need a cake for him. So I said, can you tell me what he likes? And then she said he likes, he does computing, but our wedding cake has to do with a laptop and a computer and all of that, but I want something different. So I'm like, okay. So we went, I don't even know whether he got this story already. So we went on his Facebook page and then we tried searching. We found out that this Tara's boo, so this Tara's boo picture was found as his profile picture, and we saw it a couple of times. So we realized that, okay, this was something that he was so much interested in, so we can have a cake done. So when I told her, she's like, okay, I mean, whatever way you can get it done, fine. But then when I look at the shape of the boo head, then I decided that, okay, I think we should not be doing a regular round cake here. Instead, we should do something that will be able to grab the attention of people to the boo, to the head of the boo. Because normally if you do a round cake, sometimes you really don't get what you intend to get at the end of the day. So we decided to have that shape, to have the boo head on it that will be able to grab people's attention. So yeah, that was exactly what we did. And again, the picture of the boo you see there is edible.
Wow. So we usually, and this is not something that we talked about here. This is an impromptu thing. But the fact that you're on and I am so amazed by what you're doing. Murphy really wants to come on to say thank you. So I'm going to call you. We don't do this. I'm going to call him. And the reason why I know is because he's a friend of mine on Facebook. I'm going to give him a few seconds if he answers. So Murphy, you're not right. Plenty of things on the page today. We want to give you an opportunity to be able to talk. Well, hello. Go ahead. Murphy?
Yes, I'm on.
So 30 seconds for Sandra.
Sandra, I'm so proud of you. Uncle Murphy is right here for you. And even though right now I'm not in the country, I'm outside the country, but I'm watching the show, and I know you can do better. And amongst the millionaires we're going to make in our country, you're going to be amongst the first 100. All being on our side. We're going to promote you in whatever way. Glennie, thank you so much. And this is what I really want to begin doing. And you guys have started it. Let's promote our Liberian businesses.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Murphy. Thank you so much. That's amazing. That is so. We have a testimony. Let's go to the last. Go ahead.
He didn't say that. So let me just squeeze that in. So now I did his cake, and interesting, I was the MC for his wedding.
Oh, so you do MC too?
No, I just did for him.
Oh, okay. But you never know. Let me see. Maybe your son will come encourage you again, and you start doing it. All right, let's talk about this one. Woo! Look at this one, Agatha. Tell us about this one.
So, hello?
Yes,
we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so that was another one. Like I stated earlier, those clients that just leave everything with us and say, okay, this is what I want, and just leave it. They get sometimes the very best. And the reason why we're saying it, because we try to do cakes. We try to do cakes that are not already done or that have not already been done, or repeated cakes, right? So when she got to us, she said that she wanted a cake, a birthday cake. So I'm like, okay, we can get it done, but what do you think you want to have on the cake? She said, well, it's just a meal. I just need a birthday cake. So I'm like, okay, what does he do? She said, well, I mean, what is into currently? I don't think that's something that you can do with a cake. But so I'm like, okay, what is it? She said, he's into solar panels. He's in the solar system where he builds solar system for people. So I'm like, So I think about my own setup at the house, and I know exactly how I'm benefiting from the solar. So I'm like, okay, you need something like that that will portray the fact that he does solar connection, right? She's like, yeah, whatever you can get done. So I'm like, okay, no, it's not a problem. We'll get something done. So that day I came home, I went in the solar battery room. I look all around, I look at the setup, I look on the zinc, I see the panels, I see the wire. So exactly what you see on the cake is just the wire we currently use, the yellow and the green. So I looked at it, and then I went in the room, I look at the inverter, I look at the charge controller and all of that. I'm like, okay, I think I can put something together. So the entire bottom of the cake is actually portraying the solar battery, which is the Deca battery. That is a very good European brand battery. So we did that, the battery, as the main cake, and then we have the solar panels, we have the charge controller, we have the inverter and everything on it. You can see the terminal poles and all of that. So when we got to her, she was like, "Are you into solar as well?" I said, "No, I'm not into solar, but I think."
You appreciate the art.
Because I see everything about solar on the cake. So I'm like, "Don't worry, we got you covered."
That is amazing
And
how you
again,
just, I mean,
the cake you see there again is 100% edible. The wires, the solar panels, the batteries, the
wow.
inverter. In fact, the inverter you see there, the white one is actually the chocolate cake.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Very nice. I mean, this
Very
is just,
impressive.
yeah, very, very impressive. It's like, this is like when you decide to do something, you put your 100% into it, you do it well, people talk about it. And I mean, just looking at it, I know the cake, I know it tastes good. Make some
So
good cakes.
we're almost at time, but I do want to ask a couple of questions. I know there's a few people that are watching that might have some of the same questions. So, what is your time frame when someone wants a cake? Do you require, I know you do a lot of last minute, but that's not preferable for you because you need to get quality material. And like you said, you're importing them, into the country. So what is a good time frame if someone should want a cake? Can they contact you and say and put in that order? And then how does your prices start? What's your minimum? And I know it can go up depending on what kind of cake, but what will be your minimum? So two questions.
Okay, so what happened is usually if it is just the regular birthday cakes, we normally have people placing the order at least 5 to 7 days in advance.
Okay.
That is with most of the cakes that you've shown there. Usually 5 to 7 days, even though we take a last minute order, and sometimes that's the reason why we happen now that so most of our clients try to understand us, because usually when you reach out to us via WhatsApp and be like, okay, I need a birthday cake, how much does it cost? Or sometimes they send a picture and say, how much does it cost? So we usually like, when is the date, please? Because that one major thing that we need to know the date of your cake. For example, we could have a cake price for $100. That is if you need it in 2 weeks. But then if you need it like tomorrow, definitely we cannot have it priced the same because a lot we have to go through within the shortest possible time. So for regular birthday cakes, we normally take at least the preferred time is 5 to 7 days orders, even though we still do emergency based on the exact design of the cake. But for weddings and those specialized kind of cake, at least a month and above, yeah, it's a workable time that in case of anything, we can have your stuff either shipped to the post office, or we can have stuff getting here through DHL and all of that.
Okay.
And
So
for the prices of the cakes, the regular buttercream cake, we can go as low as $60. But trust me, it's not something that you really like, Because and what we try to do is we try to just move away from the regular cakes, right? As soon as you see it, you know that it's a cake. We try to go with more customized because, like I said, what we want to do, we want to be able to reach to the point where we can be where we can have large businesses, medium businesses, and especially small businesses using cake as a way to have their product, services, or goods advertised.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think you've stumbled upon something great, and I think you're doing it really, really well. And of course, $60. I mean, if you want something good, because with all of the designs, the artwork, and the this and the that, I mean, I think it's pretty
Reasonable
commendable.
price.
Yes, pretty
Very
commendable
reasonably
for what you
priced.
do. So please make sure if you want to order cakes and you're watching us here today, or even if you watch us later on and you want to order cakes, you can connect with us here on GBC. We will connect you to Sandra. It's been an amazing. I just want to go around one more time so you can see the cakes a fine woman can make. Thank you to your son. Thank you to your son for discovering the talent. There you go. And everything on here is edible except for the boards. And look at this one. And of course, this is my favorite cake, this one. So any closing comments? Before we close with you, and how is business in Liberia?
Hmm. That's a great one. Actually, doing business in Liberia on the overall, I can tell you that it's actually challenging because there are a lot of things that you need to work with that aren't available. Even if you have the cash, they aren't available just at your hand. For example, if you find yourself somewhere in maybe the US or in Europe or somewhere else, there are a couple of things that you can just walk in the store and get it. But unfortunately, here there are a lot of things that even if you have the finances, you cannot just walk and get. Like
Right.
as we speak right now, you wouldn't even believe. Sorry to say, but you wouldn't even believe right now that a lot of bakings that is being done in Liberia, especially at a low scale, it has to do with the fire coal. That is a coal oven. To get you have the gas oven, yes, but it's very small. It's not something commercial. So if as we speak right now, I'm trying as much as possible to be able to get the bigger one, the commercial gas oven from Ghana. Unfortunately, you cannot even find it here. We have to get it from have it imported from Ghana. So it's on the overall, it's actually challenging. But all I can say is it has to do with the person, even though the finances comes in. But I think it has to do with the person because if you have that mind, if you have that vision, you'll be able to do all you can to make it work, even though I mean it's not coming on silver platter to get it to get the work done. But if you go once you go the extra mile, I believe that is something that yes, you can be able to achieve.
Thank you so much, Sandra. We wish you all the best. I
Yes.
mean, the time went by so. I mean, you're an amazing, very amazing, and important woman to us. So thank you. Congratulations to you and your family. Make sure you connect us with the school so we can also be able to promote the school. I
Sure.
think you're doing a great thing. So all the very best, and you can rest assured that whenever we come there to that place, to Miami, summertime or whenever. Look at that looking at me.
We
Oh,
don't have to. We don't have to go to Miami.
no.
We can certainly order from here. She's
Yes.
on WhatsApp. She
Yes.
takes Send Wave. We can do
Yes.
mobile money. So I order a specialty cake. Oh my gosh, God rest her soul. The girl that owned the restaurant. Uh, um, crap, I can't remember her name now. Oh my gosh.
Isn't it E something?
Yes,
Evelyn's.
Evelyn's. And she bakes, but she put me in connection with another young lady that was out of maybe Firestone or somewhere, and she did an amazing job, and she also delivered. So it's good to know that there's someone else that's doing the same thing, and certainly we will promote your business. So watch out, we'll be in touch.
And as you grow and you want to come back on, please, you have our contact. This is your platform. You
Absolutely.
can come whenever you want to come. When you do decide to do MC, you want to come on, we will promote you as an MC.
Let,
But
let, let,
anyway,
let,
thank you
let's
so
talk
much.
about the moringa powder first.
Yes.
Before we get to the MC, because I am interested in
Sure.
that, so I might call you later on to just chit chat about
Yes.
that and
So
see what
when
it's
you're
about.
ready, when you have everything set for the Moringa, let us know. We will do a separate show to promote.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to eat. Me, I'll let it food party cake. One, I'll let it cake part.
Sure,
But we
we can
want to
have
also.
that. Sorry, 1 minute. I don't know. I think the error might have come from my end, but the number is 0775536334.
Okay,
Probably the
I'll correct it.
probably the
I'll
error is
correct
for
that.
me.
Yeah, I
Say
think
that
the
number
error thing.
again.
So
Zero
this is it
seven
right here.
seven five.
Hold on 1 second. Yes.
Okay, 0775536434.
6434.
Oh,
And
oh, oh, oh! I think the error.
so is it so anyway, correct
Yeah,
whatever.
it's not correct either.
Yes. Just
All
want
right,
make sure
we'll get the right number
we
and
have a
put it out there.
corrected number. Yes. Now the internet. Woo, what a way. What a way to do it in
Perfect timing.
Miami.
That's fine.
It's time to jog. It's time to jog in Miami.
It's
Rich.
time to jog in Miami. But yeah, we're gonna get the correct number and post it on the page and share that. She must have provided us the incorrect number. So
Yeah.
that's fine.
We're
All
gonna
right.
share it, but we had a good time. Good time. Oh, let me see if
Hello?
do you have the correct number,
Yep.
Sandra?
Yeah, just texted you. I think the error is from my end. Because
Okay.
it's 0775536334.
Okay, we'll correct it. I'll correct it and then we'll reshare it. We'll share it on the platform
Okay.
for
Okay.
everybody. But all the very best and thank you for
Thank
taking
you.
this time. We had a good time.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. Like I said, it's a real huge promotion for me, and we're hoping to have our friends, families, and loved ones there in the U.S. contacting us. You can rest assured that your trust, we will maintain that trust. So whatever amount you send to us, everything transaction will be clearly done with you. And at the end of the day, we get to have your solar brand plus yourself. I'm going happy at the end of the day. So thank you again for having us, and thank you so much for always, all the time promoting Liberians and Liberian businesses.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You're very welcome.
All right. See you, Sandra. Don't forget
Bye.
you made my cake. You made my cake are coming.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, that
What
was
an
good.
impressive young lady.
I am telling you, making all these beautiful cakes and the designs and the ideas, taking your time. It looks so neat. I mean, in Liberia.
And you know, the what really blew my mind is the fact that she's not only is she innovative, but to understand the importance of having electricity and going solar, she doesn't really have to depend on, a generator or, LEC. None of that. She is creating her own source of energy. That in itself for me is extremely impressive. And I do want to support that type of thought process. In addition, her work speaks for itself. The quality, I mean, she can only get better from here. Let's just say that, because what she's producing is really good. As she continues to do this, it can only get better. So for those of us that are here and you have that little girl, little boy, I know I do that Christmas party every year for the kids, and I certainly will be, reaching out to her to make a cake for them. That's that special birthday that you can make. It's always nice to be able to get a cake. So I'm impressed.
Very, very impressed. Good. Good woman, good vibe, good everything. We had a good time with her.
Yep.
Mom segment. What you got?
Let's do this. All right. All right. This one, I don't know who this one is for, but Mom may be doing some things. Mom says a family is one unit. Either join them or leave them.
Woo!
Mom is no joke.
That is the truth. One unit. You're gonna be two. Go on your side. Let me go on my side.
Exactly. So
no hard
you're
feelings.
you're either with us or you're without us. But
yes, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So we've come to the end of the show. Our guest next week is actually, we're going to the Book People side, education. That's someone a big book man working in big school in America.
Just little girl.
The Dr. Matthew Warritek Gua. He's the Dean of the South Carolina College of Business and Information Systems. And while he was at this position, he was also promoted recently to another position. There is something I want to explain what he the man doing. You come, all the book people, you come hear about this Liberian man and what he has done so far. We are so proud of all the good things. There's so many good things about Liberian people. Yes, but there's some bad things, but there are good things that outweighs the bad. And so Dr. Matthew Gua will be here next week. If you've been to South Carolina, you better come here and hear the dean. The dean will be speaking. He will be here. And that is it, I believe, for the day.
Yes. There's so much trending, but I think we need to get back to that because we're missing some.
Well, we can pick one. We can pick one. We got 3 minutes. We get 3 minutes. We can pick one.
We got 3 minutes.
I mean, we're just 3 minutes after the time, so we can pick one. Let's see what's yeah. It's just a lot.
It is a lot.
But we can talk about. Let's see. I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna go and see which one here in the 1,000. Ooh, it's a lot that's in the 1,000 here. Y'all don't go. We're looking. We gotta go back to our training. What's trending on the page? What's trending? There's one there. It's about the picture where it's like 900, but I don't want to. So
that's a good one. The mother breastfeeding her child.
Yeah, that's the 900.
That's a good one.
Okay,
that's a really good one.
Okay, let's go.
So my first question was, what's wrong with that picture? It's so bad nowadays that we've sexualized everything. There's absolutely nothing inappropriate about this except for the fact that she chose to take a photograph of it. But let's put that aside. Breastfeeding a child is a natural occurrence. We should not be frowning about it. We shouldn't be turning our lips up around it. I hope, I don't know where this young lady is, but I know in the States here, it's a big deal. When you're breastfeeding and once you cover up, you must do this, you must do that. I don't see the big deal. It's only because people have made it into a sexual thing. It isn't. It's just a natural part of human existence. So I really don't see the big deal with it. Now, the only thing I would question, the kid looks like he got teeth. And in my opinion, if you can sit to get some cornrows in your hair and you got 32, you shouldn't be on nobody's breast. So for me personally, there's an age limit. I know other parents that there isn't. I know my cousin breastfed her children till I think they were 5 or 6.
Wow.
And it's a natural thing. I have no problems with it. It's my personal preference not to breastfeed my children if they have teeth. No, you can't unless you're grown. You can't be a kid with 32 or 28 can sit for some cornrows and be breastfed. No.
I think for me the reason why I shared it was like there was just so many negative comments about it, and I just wanted to take it away from the negative space and put it here and see what people felt about it. I think it's a matter of choice.
Absolutely.
And everybody do as they see fit. I mean, we all have different preferences. I don't think there was anything wrong with the photo. I think she's promoting, but she's a beautiful Black woman, and if that's what she liked that quite probably could have been saying that she likes breastfeeding and it's probably healthy, and there could be so many messages, but it's just everybody just was so where it was just so negative. It's
What
like
were they
nobody.
saying that was negative though?
So they were saying that they thought her the fact that she was naked with the chalk, she was
Oh,
exposing
okay.
herself. And then also somebody was like, the child looks like he can eat, he can sit and eat a whole plate of rice. So why you
Right.
gotta be eating and breastfeeding at the same time? I mean, you name it, they had different things. What was she showing off? So I wanted to just take it out and bring it into a different segment and see what people from GBC felt about it. And for the most part, I think the comments were very positive. Everybody was
Yeah.
like, it's her choice. It's
I
what she wants to do. But like I gotta say, I mean, if you get TD in your mouth, brother, go choose some corn.
But that's my preference. So that doesn't
Yeah,
mean that it's wrong. Like
which
I
is
said, I
true.
know people that breast milk is the best milk. Listen, we're human beings. Our children shouldn't be drinking cow's milk. Do you see
Yeah,
how big a calf is compared to a child? No, I mean
yeah,
on a serious note, we
yeah,
shouldn't be drinking cow's milk. So if a mother can produce her own milk and be able to feed her child, I said go for it. But there are some women that are not able to do so. But for those that can, you can breastfeed your child for as ever long you see fit. Now, if the child is 10, 12 years old, I think that's a little bit much. But that picture to me, I don't see anything wrong with it.
yep. And I didn't see anything with this. And I would just say it's on an individual basis. It's a preference. That's what
Yep.
she wants to do. More power to her. More power to breastfeeding. Some of us had to do it for a while, especially the people that had preemies. I had preemies, and that's what we had to do. So we did what we had to do at the time. We've come to the end of the show, folks. Thank you for sticking with us always. We're excited that we have this space that you can come here, and we promise to be here every day. The time coming to change. The time coming to change,
We
but we'll still
fall,
be at 7 p.m.
yes.
Eastern time.
We
Even
fall back.
though yes, even though we fall back an hour, but it will still
Yes.
be at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So until next time, we will see you next week, Thursday. Bye bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.